of a difference when it comes to the sunrise hour, but it feels like it's an hour difference. It truly does. Yeah, if you look outside, you will likely be maybe shocked like us, the fact that it's still, or that it's already bright out. Let's go ahead and give you a live look outside. So although the sun is lighting up the sky, unfortunately those clouds are hindering visibility, as Evan's been mentioning. This is the 5, in fact, in both directions. And you can usually see the buildings of downtown San Diego quite clear. You can't this time around. Take a look at what the 805, maybe look to see if your airline is facing delays this morning. All right, look out for a stall that may slow things down for you coming in from the South Bay. That's on the 805 northbound off ramp to 43rd Street. And we have a traffic impact alert. Speaking of the South Bay, this one is in Chula Vista. Part of Telegraph Canyon Road will be closed nightly for construction, and that starts today. It's happening on both the east and westbound sides of Telegraph Canyon Road from Nacion Avenue to Halecrest Drive near the 805. It's happening while most of us are sleeping, thankfully, before 11 p.m. and 5 a.m. through Thursday. There will be detours in place, but if you're like me, for example, and you work really early morning hours, you're going to want to plan ahead because, yeah, this could infect that overnight commute for you. Back to you guys. I don't know about you guys, but it was hot yesterday. I had to sleep with my AC because it was so warm in my room. I know. It's down as you make your way towards 43rd. And if you're wondering what this kind of big block of orange is, that's where we're seeing some of the worst fog right along the 15 from Ted Williams all the way down to the 52. So it looks like that's our biggest threat of the morning is the fog. No major crashes nor delays, thankfully. 65 to 70 mile per hour speeds if you're shooting up from the South Bay. If you're trying to get across to Coronado this morning, 60 mile per hour speeds. And then here's what it looks like. As I mentioned, the fog is the worst right now through parts of the East County as well as the North County, right along the 52 and the 15. All right, and we have a traffic alert for those drivers in Chula Vista. Part of Telegraph Canyon Road will be closed nightly for construction, and that starts today. It's happening on both the east and westbound sides of Telegraph Canyon from Nacion Avenue to Halecrest Drive near the 805. Now, it is between 11 p.m. and 5 a.m. through Thursday, so most of us are sleeping during that time. But as I mentioned earlier, if you're kind of like us and you have to go to work early, this may impact your drive. And just an FYI, there will be detours in place for you to get around that, but of course you'll just want to plan ahead if any of this is involved in your morning commute. Back to you guys. Good morning. All right, so here's the deal. We're dealing with pretty dense fog out there. It may hinder your drive as well as your flight if you're heading out of San Diego International Airport or if you're expecting anyone in as far as arrivals go. So maybe double check with them and just make sure that there are no delays or cancellations. We're seeing the fog pretty widespread all the way from downtown. I mean, this is a view right now on the 15 at Villa Rancho, and you could actually see visibility reduced here as well. Some improvement as we move a little more towards the southwest quadrant of the county. This is in Chula Vista, right off the 5 freeway. As folks make their way in and out of National City, either to or from Chula Vista, we're in pretty good shape when it comes to the fog. Look out for a stalled car that is blocking the center divide. This is in Miramar on the 15 South, right after Miramar Road, Palmerado Road. And then we have another hazard, this one on the 52. And if you're wondering what all of this yellow is, again, you probably know by now this is where we're seeing some of the worst of the fog. So right along the 52 and parts of the 15. So on the 52 right now, it looks like an object is blocking the left lane, and that's right on the 52 eastbound after Mast. Even though it's eastbound, the opposite way of where most folks are traveling this morning, it could cause some brake tapping for those who are exiting Santee headed up the summit. All right, let's go ahead and give you a wider view. This is what we'd love to see, right? It looks like Monday light out there, a lot of green out there, meaning we're at steady speeds and really nice travel times. 10 to 15 minutes right now if you're traveling in from the North County. Here's what it looks like traveling inbound from the East County, about 3 to 7 minutes on the 94, the 8, as well as the 52. Eric? For the weekend, and there was a diaper raffle, so many diapers, and I was like, do I really need all these diapers?
Oh yeah.
And literally everyone was like, oh, you'll need more. I'm like, wait a minute, what? Like, where am I supposed to store all of these? Anyways, yeah, honestly, same. So yeah, I'm sure. I heard it's a very quick learning curve, so at least I have that going for me. All right, 6:39 is the time. Let's go ahead and start things off. Towards the curves in downtown San Diego, this is that drive northbound. A little better in the South Bay, southwest quadrant of the county, seeing the best visibility. This is in Chula Vista as folks work their way up towards National City via the 5. Continue to look out for this, a stalled car because of the fog. It may be hard to see. It's in the center divide, so no lanes are blocked. But again, you're going to want to take it slow because you really don't know what's happening on the shoulders here and even the center divide. This is right after Miramar, Pomerado Road. And then we had an earlier object that was blocking the left lane in Santee coming in from Mast, but that has since cleared. No lack of slowing, though, coming in from Santee on the 52 West. As we go to zoom on out, again, the fog is widespread from the coast all the way towards interior parts of the county, from the 5 all the way towards the 67. All right, we'll take a look at what your travel times have in store this Monday a little later.
Foggy, overcast start to the morning here.
Yeah, it's pretty foggy out there. I mean, it may catch you by surprise if you're not prepared for it. So leave time for travel. We're giving you this warning now. It's widespread from, again, parts of downtown all the way north along the 5 towards the 15 freeways. This is what it looks like on the 5 as you make your way through the curves into downtown San Diego. And here's what I'm talking about. I mean, you could hardly make out the cars in this shot with widespread fog, especially in the North County. That's where we're seeing the worst of it, anywhere highlighted in yellow. So from the 76 all the way down to the 54. So that's, again, what we're dealing with in terms of visibility. Look out for a stalled car. This may hinder travel in the 15 South as you make your way towards Miramar, eventually into Tierra Santa. Other than that, we are at full freeway speeds, even though you do want to slow down because of the fog, about 15 minutes right now to get you in from the North County. Back to you, way south towards the 54 freeway. So even parts of the, or the 94 rather, parts of the South Bay. That's where we're seeing, again, some of that dense fog out. This is in Carlsbad, right after Carlsbad Village Drive on the 5. Are in the Bonita area, and that's on the 54 West right before you get to Woodman Drive. All right, we will be back in a few minutes with a look at your Monday travel times that's ahead. Back to you guys. Pretty widespread and reduced to about half a mile, quarter of a mile in some spots. Look out for debris. This is partially blocking the on-ramp in Mission Valley on the 805 South, right at Murray Ridge, and then just east of that on the 15 that runs sort of parallel to that freeway. We're tracking a stalled car partially blocking the off-ramp to get you to Friars Road in Mission Valley. All right, let's go ahead and give you a live look and see what we are dealing with. This is the 15 in both directions. That's that southbound drive as you make your way inbound from Mira Mesa this morning. And this is the 15 a little more north towards Escondido, and you can actually see the cars disappearing from this shot here, and it is because of the low vis that drivers are dealing with as well. This is right at Villa Rancho coming in from Escondido. So just make sure that you're leaving time for travel. South Bay in pretty good shape. Here's the 5 in both directions at East Street. All right, the time, this is where we're tracking a crash in the Mount Hope area, causing some stop and go congestion all the way back to 43rd. So this is going to tackle on travel times if you're headed in from Chula Vista or National City via the 805 North. All right, let's go ahead and give you a live look outside. This is the 15 in both directions at Mira Mesa. Earlier, you couldn't even make out the cars at Villa Rancho on the 15. We're seeing some improvement. All right, CBS8.com is where you can find more traffic and weather alerts.
Yeah.
Probably bigger.
Yeah, probably.
You know what
about,
skeleton I'm talking about? Like,
but yeah, no, I know exactly what you mean. I just think that, like, I feel like that works a little bit more.
Yeah, the skeleton.
Halloween year-round is fun,
yes,
right?
Yes, all right. Trinity got a mayor and said traffic. All right, 94, Tracy. Who's Tracy? 94 in both directions. This is westbound. Did we just give her a new nickname? I don't know.
Yes.
805 in both directions. It's causing stop and go all the way to Plaza Boulevard in National City. Moving a little east, we have a crash blocking the right shoulder in Lemon Grove on the 94 right before you hit the 125, and that's causing slow and go from Kenwood Drive. Let's go ahead and pull up those travel times. Overall, we're looking at Monday light. We're not seeing any red. Red would be the worst. We are tapping the brakes down to about 40 miles per hour. We're tracking 15 minutes, so we have a slow drive, but this is usual out of Santee coming towards Tierra Santa on the 52, and then about 20 to 25 on the 5 and the 805. All right, back to you guys. Across the board here indicating low visibility, and we are seeing improvement as we're getting into close to the 8 o'clock hour. Look out for a crash that may slow things down for you. This is on the right shoulder in Lemon Grove, right where the 125 and the 94 meet near Spring Street. And then we have another crash, this one blocking the right shoulder in North Park on the 805 North, right before you get to the 15 connector, causing congestion all the way down to Plaza Boulevard. The 805 already sees its fair share of slowing, so that's going to tackle on the overall drive time. Here's what it looks like outside. This is a 94 bottleneck as you make your way towards downtown San Diego. CBS8.com is where you can find more traffic and weather alerts.
Good morning.
Good morning, Idlewild. That's one of my favorite places. 8:01 is the time on your Monday. We got that energy, Monday energy. But the good news is we're not looking at drives too slow out there. So if you got to work today, I assure you it's not too bad out there across our major freeways. You're going to want to look out for a crash blocking the right shoulder. This is in Lemon Grove on the 125, right where it meets the 94 near Spring Street. Moving a little more west, we're also tracking a crash on the 805. The 805 already congested coming in from the South Bay, so this is going to tackle on your overall drive time. Here's what it looks like on the 94. So as you make your way on the 94, let's say in from the 805 or Lemon Grove, you can expect a lot of slowing as you maneuver through South Park and the Golden Hill neighborhoods. Meanwhile, this is the 805. That's the northbound drive, somewhat 38 to 48 mile per hour speeds as you make your way north on the 5 and the 805. If you're traveling in from the East County headed west, 5 to about 10 minutes. Coming in from the College neighborhood as well as Lemon Grove, 15 minutes. This is typically about a 7-minute drive, so we're looking at about double the time to get you inbound from Santee this morning as you make your way towards Tierra Santa. Back to you guys. Traffic maps. Notice how we don't have as much yellow across our freeways, indicating that fog is improving as we're getting into the 8 o'clock hour. Breakdown, look out for this. This is on the 78 East right at Mar Vista. Moving a little more south, if you're headed towards the bottom of the Golden Triangle, you may encounter slowing. In fact, you are going to encounter slowing as you make your way past Kearny Mesa and Claremont because of a crash on the 805 right where it meets the 52. CBS8.com is where you can find more traffic and weather alerts. National City passing the Coronado Bridge into downtown San Diego. Visibility in really good shape, especially in comparison to about an hour ago where we saw it reduced heavily along our major freeways. We're now, it's causing congestion from the 163 as you make your way northbound into Kearny to Connector. Travel times right now, 10 to 15 minutes on the 5 and the 805. As you make your way in from National City and Chula Vista. We're seeing nice drives in from the College neighborhood as well as Lemon Grove, but Santee still seeing a fair share of slowing after the 52 towards Mast. And last but not least, here's what it looks like coming in from the North County headed south, under 15 in from Oceanside to Encinitas. A little bit of slowing near Villa Rancho coming in from Escondido to the 163 merge. Average speeds about 45, 47 miles per hour. Full span of the 78 coming in from Escondido as you make your way towards Oceanside will take you about 18 minutes. Average speeds of about 55 miles per hour. Eric?